welcome to my broadcast for tonight. We are getting very close to the end of the year, but many of us witches have enemies that will just not lay off of us. They won't stop. You may have talked to them, you may have begged and pleaded, you may have pulled them aside and say, hey, can we have a conversation? Can we stop this? Can we, can we just let bygones be bygones and just get along at least until the end of the year? And your enemies may have laughed at you or, written you off and just continued on with their bad behavior against you. Let me put on my glasses so that I can read the comments. I'm nearsighted, so that's why I'm going to put on my glasses so I can read your comments. And of course, sort out any spam comments too. So let me get my glasses. So, your enemies will not stop. Your enemies will not stop. Even after you have had a conversation with them, you try to talk to them, they don't want to hear it. They continue to harass you. They continue to abuse you. They continue to bully you. They continue the cowardly act of not laying off of you. And you know that witches have lots of enemies. You know witches have lots of enemies because we are witches. It's not just the Christians. It's other people too. People who thought were friends. People who we thought were, solid family that we can go to in times of crisis and trauma and talking through things. And they turn out to be an undercover enemy. So tonight we're going to stop them. This is a pepper curse. This was originally a lemon curse, but I actually don't have any more lemons. So you can use a pepper, a lemon, or an onion. So I have a big green pepper that I'm going to use to show you how to curse somebody who will not lay off of you, even as we approach 2022, because their behavior has got to stop. And it's going to stop tonight. So for this curse, you need either a lemon, a pepper, or an onion. But since I'm using a pepper, that's why it's called a pepper curse. You need a knife. You need a marker or a pen. You need a black candle. It has to be black. It has to be black. I know witches say you can use white to replace any color you do not have. But for this curse, the candle has to be black. Search for a black candle. Go on Amazon and buy just one chime candle that happens to be black. Alright? You also need a bowl. It can be white or it can be black. Whichever one. You need pens or nails. Pens or nails. I don't have any nails because I don't do any construction or work like that. So I'm going to use pens. And you need oil. If you have cursing oil, vegetable oil, like what I have, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, that will work just fine. You can buy vegetable oil at the corner store for $1.29. It will work the same. But if you make your own essential oil, that's perfect. Of course, you should know how to make your own stuff anyway. And if you have your own oil, I'm talking about pure oil. Not oil that has a carrier in it. So if you use chamomile, or lavender, or eucalyptus, or rosemary, it has to be a pure oil. It cannot be mixed with something else in it. It has to stand alone. Okay? So the first thing you have to do is, let me see if you guys can see this candle that I'm about to light. Oh, I have to get my lighter. I always forget something. Let me go get my lighter. something. I don't know why. I always forget something. And with my chime candle, remember, it has to be black. It has to be a black candle. It cannot be any other color but black. So find yourself a black candle. I have to first light this black candle, which I'm going to do now. The window is open, so there's going to be a little bit of a draft, so don't worry about it. So this is lit. Then I'm going to take my pepper here. This pepper is big. Look how big this pepper is. This pepper is huge. It's huge. It's big. This is big mama right here. This pepper is huge. Take my pepper, take my knife. And what you do with it, if you want to cut a little bit of a slit, you know, kind of like a little pocket, because you want to stuff the person's name or their picture inside of it. That's why. So just very carefully. Then I can just take it off like this. Take it off like that. Such a sense like that. I might want to remove the seeds, which I'm going to do. Take the seeds out. I don't need them. You can keep the seeds if you want to. Just remove some of them, not all of them. So my pepper looks like this because this is where I'm going to store the name of the person that I'm going to curse. So just to write down a regular name. Let's say, what is a everyday name? John. John is a normal name. So I have, you guys see that? Yeah. So John is who we are cursing. Just a name I made up. John, because that's a name that is so common that is perfect. So I'm going to take this name that I've written down, John, and then I'm going to put it in the slit that I made of this green pepper. I'm not going to burn it. There's a reason for that. We know that candles give off energy. We know that candles are used as a focal point to focus energy, right? Take the name here and then put it in the slit of this pepper. Just like that. See it? Just like that. Now I'm going to take my pens right here, and just cover the whole pepper or onion or lemon with the pens or with the nails that you have on hand. And I have a lot. So when you are doing this, you want to focus your anger. You want to feel your anger. This is also known as emotional spells. I talked about this yesterday. If you want to do a spell involving your emotion, and you want to do a spell for happiness or love or prosperity or abundance, you have to feel that. It has to be as it is happening in real time. You actually have to feel anger to curse someone or to hit someone to stop bothering you, because they will not stop. So you have to feel angry when you do a curse like this, or any curse or any hex. So as you are thinking in your mind how a person has mistreated you, you want to insert a pen. And you want to cover every part of your onion, of your pepper, your lemon, with the pens. And I do mean every single part. I have to readjust myself. Every single part. So you need a lot of nails, okay? You need a lot of nails. So just feel your anger. Feel what this person or persons have done to you, that are continuing to do to you, what you want to happen to them, how you want it to happen to them, when you want it to happen to them, where you want it to happen to them at. You know, give your spells a time frame. Give your spells a time frame of when you want it to meet its goal. And of course, you can always follow the phases of the moon. Your enemy has been really gunning for you lately. Really hurting you, hurting your family, hurting your kids, hurting your money, hurting your man, hurting your women, hurting your country. And you try to talk to them. You try to negotiate. You try to be the bigger person. You try to fall back. You try to not let it bother you. But it is bothering you. And you're fed up. You're fed up. And you have a right to be fed up. Because it is not in the best interest of any witch to be a punching bag. It is not in the interest of any witch to be a punching bag. We do not tolerate bullying. Zero tolerance. When I say zero tolerance, I am not kidding around. Your enemies may have been bothering you since last year and you just haven't done anything about it because you are all, love and light and, be peaceful and let things go. No. That ends tonight. That ends tonight. It has to end. Somebody has to be the witch in the family that brings the abuse to a permanent end. You are the witch that will be the bloodline breaker to bring the abuse to an end. An abrupt end. Now. Not tomorrow. Not on January 1st. Tonight. Because aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Aren't you tired of compromising? Aren't you tired of talking to these people who won't lay off you? I am. Everybody has a limit. Everybody has a breaking point. And many of you witches tonight have reached that breaking point. Rightfully so. It's justifiable. It's justifiable. Cover the entire thing in pens. The entire thing. As much as you can get. That's why I say make sure you have a lot of nails or a lot of pens. It can be any type of nails. It can be those old rusty nails. Or these pens that cost what? $2? But your enemies you see tonight, the enemies you see tonight, you will not see going into 2022. I promise you that. You can only let people get away with stuff for however long before you're just fed up, before you're just tired of the abuse, tired of the teasing, and carry on. So I think this is just enough. Yeah, look at that. This is a curse. This is a curse. You're watching it live and live in color. So I take my bowl here that I have. Can you guys see that? And I put it inside here. And the oil that you have chosen, what I chose was olive oil. You can use vegetable oil or extra virgin olive oil, any pure oil, any pure oil. And of course, if you make your own essential oil, that is fantastic. So what you do is I'm going to pour it in here. I'm just going to use the whole thing, okay? That's the last of it. And then you just put it on your altar. You just put this on your altar and let it rot. Either it's a onion, a pepper, or a lemon. You leave it on your altar and let it rot. You can close it if you want to, or you can leave it out in the open. You can close it, especially if you don't want it to smell. Do that. But yeah, this is a curse because you have tried, you have negotiated, you have begged and pleaded with your enemies to lay off you. And tonight, they will lay off of you. This curse is foolproof. Use your emotion. Channel all of that anger and rage and hatred into the spell. And the enemies you see tonight, you will not see in 2022. And I will leave this up for the replay for anybody that may have came in late so that you can watch it from the beginning. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I did not take up too much of your time because, you know, I do things quick. So thank you guys for joining me, and do rewatch this. Do share this with any witch going through it. Going through an enemy or enemies unseen and seen who won't quit. So thank you guys, and I will speak to you soon. Bye everyone.